Tommy Retro here again. Got excellent news. We have a new bus in the collection. So here it is. It is a 1988 Chevy B60 with the Thomas Saf-T-Liner body on it. I got this from a Lutheran school. Purchased it new back in 1988. And actually with the bus I got paperwork that is the actual order and build sheet, so that was very cool. But super excited to have this bus. It is extremely original, owned from day one by the same school, and only modifications that I can really see are the addition of the stick on the front for crossing, so I guess you'd call it the crossing arm, and that's really about it. So it's like a time capsule here. So excited to have this bus. So I just finished a road trip to go get this. It wasn't super bad, but still it was a day trip, 250 miles one way, so 500 miles round trip. Got this bus from Springfield, Illinois. So basically it was a 4-hour ride in a pickup truck to go down there. My uncle was nice enough to take me down there. I brought up some basic tools and things like that just in case, but then it was 6 hours to drive this bus back home. So I took some video. I got a little clip of the morning when we left, getting all the tools rounded up, and I got some pictures of like the truck, the pickup truck loaded with some basic tools, and also on the trip I got just a short walk around video and a little bit of driving on the way home. So you got some interstate driving video that I'll put a clip for you shortly about that. So you'll see some of that here on this video. But just a quick talk about the bus. Again, it's an 88 Chevy B60, owned by the same school since new. So we'll just take a quick walk around. It took some doing to get them all fit in here. I got the 3 full-size buses here, and then the shorty over there, the International 3800 shorty. But do a quick walk around, kind of show you what's going on here with this bus. So we'll just do a walk through here. So we'll just, and I'll do another video where I pull this out. I just wanted to do a quick video on kind of the acquisition and the trip to go get this bus. But you can see she's pretty original. And I thought this was about the coolest thing. It has the original old school stop arm, the hexagon. Now this is what I remember the older buses when I started going to school in the early 90s. So all the buses from the 80s had this stop arm. And it was, I don't know, I always liked it. And then I just noticed that when the newer buses were coming in, they had the octagon like they have today. But another cool thing too about this stop arm is, I didn't realize it, but it is vacuum operated. So you see back in here, this is like a rubber diaphragm, and the engine has to be running for this stop arm to operate. So that's kind of interesting. And it literally, when you open the door, it pops out instantly. It's fast. So that's cool. I never realized that they were vacuum operated, but here's another shot of the front end of the new, to me, 1988 Chevy B60, and I've got it parked right next to the 84. And it's interesting. I'll do a video on the differences in the bodies between these two, because from here they look spot on, but there's a bunch of subtle differences between them that I found very interesting, between the 84 and the 88 Just some quick stuff is just some detail on the interior, what they use for wall paneling. Also the stairs. The 84 has the traditional, you know, from the older buses, the tall stairs where you've got the 2 stairs and then get up to the main level, whereas the 88 has your traditional stairs that they basically use today as far as tread height. So I thought that was interesting. So we'll just pop up on the bus here. I love the driver's seat. It's in mint condition, but you could see this bus is extremely clean. The school that had this bus took great care of it. It was parked inside. They kept it in a what they called their bus barn. So they did an excellent job maintaining it. You can see there it's got the red light for the emergency door. But just an extremely clean bus. Just totally stoked, totally excited to have this. You know, everything that you see out there is generally, you know, been modified to some other use. You know, church bus. I've got some great examples here, but you know, like the band bus, the 84 Chevy, and then the summer camp bus. So really cool to get a bus that's 30 years old and still sporting its original purpose and paint colors and all of the accessories to go with it. Especially up here in northern Illinois, this doesn't happen. You know, I see some really nice 80s buses selling down in, you know, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Texas, you know, southern places, but up here it's extremely rare. So again, totally excited to have this bus, and just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it, about the pickup and the acquisition. So I will now, let's see here, I'll just set this on the dash like this, and I'll talk to you from the driver's seat. But just to kind of talk a little bit about like the trip and the acquisition and stuff, I saw this posted and inquired about it. It exchanged pictures with a representative from the school, and I can't tell you enough about the people I dealt with at the school. Extremely nice. Great people, worked with me the whole way as far as you know, what time to come out and you know, pick the bus up. You know, they sent me pictures, we talked on the phone, I asked questions, you know, about drivability, rust corrosion, things like that. When I made a deal, sight unseen, sent them a down payment, lined up my uncle, which again was really nice of him to, you know, come out and you know, help me out like that, you know, taking me down there. So, and it was a cool road trip for both of us. We had fun, but lined him up, went down there. Again, 4 hours to pick up the bus, or 4 hours to go down there, and then 6 hours driving the bus back. So what I'm going to do is I will play the first clip, which is going to be the early morning, gathering the tools, getting the truck ready. Then I'll have a clip about the, you know, just a quick kind of like where the bus was staged when I picked it up. It's going to be a very short video. There was a lot going on, so I couldn't really do a walk around, but it's kind of like 3/4 of a walk around, so I'll do that. And then I took a short video of when I left there. I missed a turn to take my route that I needed to get out of there, and I ended up being stuck at a train crossing for about a half an hour. What it seemed like, it's probably more like 20 minutes, but it seemed like a half an hour, just kind of waiting for the train to pass, and then I finally got the correct route and was able to get back on Interstate 55 and come back up this way. So I'll show you that clip, and then I have another clip of a driving video, and I will show you that. So that's going to be 65 miles an hour on Interstate 39 with this bus. So you'll have that clip in there. So I'm going to go ahead and roll those clips, check them out. Tommy Retro here. It is 3 a.m. And why am I up this early at 3 a.m.? It's because we got a road trip today. I'm going to go pick up a new bus. We got to go about 250 miles. So I got the Go Kit here. Totes have got miscellaneous oil, consumables, things we might need. Tools, hand tools. We've got a couple socket sets, 3/4 inch set, bottle jack, couple jack stands, some boards, air compressor, hose, extension cords. I also made these up, or I had assistance from the graphics class. But they're magnets that go perfectly over a school bus that say not in service. So we'll put those on just for good measure. But that's what I'm doing up. So it's 3 a.m. Saturday morning. My uncle was nice enough to do a little mini road trip with me today, so he should be here shortly. We'll get this loaded up and we'll get a move on. So, well, like I say, we're going to be doing about 250 miles to Springfield, Illinois to pick up a new acquisition. So, wish me luck. Retro here, on the way back home from Springfield. Got off of Route I-55 onto Route 39, or Interstate 39 North, and just came through Mendota. So we've done about 160 miles. The bus is performing very well. I've got a vibration at about, I would say about 50. It sounds and feels like a U-joint, but I've been doing about 65 miles an hour, and it's been doing very well. It's steering good, so it's been riding and driving fine. But just want to make a quick interstate driving video, 65 miles an hour with the 1988 Chevy C60 Thomas Saf-T-Liner school bus. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm about, let's see, I'm probably about 90 miles from home, so I got about another 90 miles to go. So I just want to do a little clip on some interstate driving. Okay, so those were the video clips I had for you. Just another recap. Totally excited to have this bus. The plans for it are to just, I'm going to wash it, I'm going to buff it out, I want to bring back the original color, and just keep this thing 100% as original as possible, just keeping the original paint. I don't want to do a repaint, I just want to buff it out, bring the shine back, and that's it. Just physically go through and maintain it. I will do a video where I kind of detail out, what the engine, transmission combo, and the details about the bus. We'll do a full walk around when I can pull it out and stuff. But just so you know, it's got a 350 Chevy V8 in it. It's got a 4-speed manual transmission with a split rear end, which works. And it was actually, driving this bus was the first time I've ever driven a vehicle that has an electric split rear end, and it's cool how it shifts. I really, my uncle was with me, and he knew how to shift it, so he, told me the proper procedures. But I had never done it before, and it's really cool how it does that. So we'll do a video on that too. So a lot of cool stuff we'll be doing with this bus. This bus is definitely going to the Illinois Railway Museum in August for Vintage Transport Extravaganza. So take a look at that. If you're anywhere around Northern Illinois, you've got to check that out. Everything under the sun will be there. Buses, antique cars and trucks, fire trucks, everything. Commercial trucks, truck tractors, everything. So you've got to check that out. Illinois Railway Museum up here in Union, Illinois. So I'll have this bus there and probably another one. But yeah, that's pretty well it. It was a fun trip. Absolutely had a blast. Two things I want to say. Really want to thank my uncle for helping me out and taking me down there. And also want to really thank the school and the people that I dealt with to pick up this bus. The person in particular, the main point man, was Jake. And super nice guy. Really helped me with looking at the details on this bus and condition and assessing it, so I could make a deal over the phone and come there and buy with confidence. So super nice people, super nice guy. Can't thank him enough. It's going to work out great. So yeah, it was just generally a beautiful day. Weather was nice, and everything worked out. Bus was a trooper. 65 miles an hour on the interstate all the way back, no problems. I did experience a vibration at 50 miles an hour, like spot on at 50, and it was a vibration in the floorboards. Definitely a universal joint issue or a drive shaft issue. So I think I've got a U-joint going on this. So I'll have to take a look at that and get that repaired. But that's really the only issue I had, was the 50 mile an hour vibration. But at 45 it was fine, and at 55 it was fine. It was just at 50. So I avoided that speed the entire way back. Figured out gas mileage on this bus. This bus did 5 miles per gallon. So 250 miles. I filled this bus up when I left, and then I filled it up in Rochelle, which would be 3/4 of the way home. So yeah, it was operating at 5 miles to the gallon, and I would estimate that I used a tank and a half of fuel, which I believe, kind of the way this thing is filling up, I think it's got a 40-gallon tank, which I would think it has a 60, but I mean, the gauge could be off and stuff. What's really a quarter tank? But I think I used 60 gallons of gas to make the trip. So, or in that neighborhood. I did figure it out as far as the math goes on what I actually filled it up with, and it was 5 miles to the gallon. So I definitely think it can come up with a tune-up, and I will do that. It's running extremely rich, I believe, and that explains the high fuel consumption. But yeah, ran like a champ, had a great time, great people, do it again in a heartbeat. I look forward to the next pickup like that. Everything was just super fun. Everything was great. It doesn't get much better than that. So anyways, just want to do a quick video about the new acquisition. Again, we'll get more detailed with the bus and what it's got and features, things like that. We'll do a bunch of videos on different pieces and stuff. And it's going to be interesting when we do the video about the similarities between this one and the 84, because to look at them you'd think they're identical, and they have a bunch of different things about them. So we'll go through that. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and of course, if you haven't, subscribe. We got a bunch of videos coming out. You see the fleet of buses is growing, so we're going to have a heck of a lot of content. So definitely keep tuned in, and if you subscribe, you get the notifications with the new videos. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and have a good rest of your day or night. Thank you for watching.